Howdy, howdy, howdy. We're talking protractors. So, what is a protractor? This is a protractor, and we use a protractor to figure out how big or how small an angle is. And this video is all about how to actually use this thing. It looks kind of complicated, and it can be kind of tricky when you're first learning how to do it, but I promise it's more simple than it actually looks. So, what the heck's going on here? Well, you'll notice that there are two scales. This one goes from 0 to 180, and this one does too, but it's going in the opposite direction. The reason for that is because angles sometimes will open this direction or they'll open that direction. And we want to be able to use our protractor to measure both directions. So that's why there's two scales, okay? You'll also notice right here at the very bottom, so you can see where I'm tracing my mouse there, we're going to call that the baseline, okay? And that baseline is pretty darn important. And lastly, you'll notice that the baseline intersects, making kind of a T or a target here in the middle, and that is extremely important. What we're going to do is we're going to use that T, and we're going to put that T right on the vertex of an angle. So first, we're going to measure this angle B right there. Cool. So now, there we go. Cool. You have to be really precise when we're measuring angles. So notice my T is right on that vertex. Boom, done. Now, the second thing I'm going to do here is that baseline that I talked about earlier. What I want to do is I want to rotate my protractor so that baseline is perfectly over top one of the rays. So we can see here that my baseline's a little bit off, so that's not quite right. One more touch. Ooh, that's not quite right either. Come on. Sometimes it's going to be kind of finicky too. There we go. Okay, it doesn't want to work. That's okay. I'll rotate it this way, and I'll use this ray. Ooh, a little bit more. One more. And there. Cool. So you can see my baseline is over top of the ray. Cool. So now what I want to do next is I want to start at the very end of this baseline down here. And notice I'm tracing down the baseline that's over top of the ray. I'm not going to start at the 0 down here. I'm going to start up here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start counting. I'm going to start looking at all the degrees until I find the other ray of this angle, which is exactly right here. Cool. So again, from 0 all the way to 110, 120, 130. Ooh, I see 131, 2, 3, 4. I think that's 134. So I'm going to say here for B, 134. And look at that. I've got one angle that's correct. All right, let's try out A. Let's see if I can get this one correct too. So again, I'm going to move my protractor. I'm going to put that target or that T right on the vertex. I'm going to make sure my baseline is lined up. Okay, there we go. Pretty close. As close as I can get it with this website. There we go. You'll be more precise in real life. Second, I'm going to start at 0, and I'm going to move up until I finally hit my other ray. Okay, cool. So we can see that it's not quite on 20. It's a little bit more. That looks like 20, 21 to me. Let's see if A is 21. Boom, I got two angles correct. That's awesome. Okay, let's do this very last one. Scroll down a little bit. We'll get the target right on the vertice. Kind of hard to see there. That's okay. And then I got to rotate, get the baseline on top of the ray. Cool. And then lastly, I'll start at 0 and I'll go up. Hey, take a look. This one is pretty darn close to 21 as well. I think it's a little bit bigger though. I think it's 22. Let's see what happens. Look at that. Well done. I got all three angles. And that's essentially what we're going to do to start. We'll use this website. We'll get comfortable using it on here, and then we'll use it in real life. Let's try another one though for more practice. Okay, cool. Now, if I line up the T here and I rotate to get my baseline over top of the ray, cool, just like that, you might already see the problem I have. If I start measuring this angle, where's the other ray? Yeah, it's because I'm measuring the outside of this angle, right? I got to measure from this ray to that ray. So that means I have to rotate my protractor all the way around. So that's going to be a lot of clicking. Click, 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 click. Thank you for your patience, y'all. Okay. There we go. Get my T lined up on the vertex. I've got my baseline lined up perfectly. Awesome. I'll start at 0, going up, 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 up. Okay, 80, 90, 95, 1 plus 95. That has got to be 96. Cool, I got one angle correct. Now let's jump down here. Let's go to B. Okay, I got my target lined up. Do I have my baseline? No, it's off. There we go, baseline's perfect. Okay, I'll start at 0. I'll go up. Okay, I got 50, 55, 60, 65 perfectly. Okay. 2 angles correct. Let's finish. Okay, I got my T lined up. Okay, my baseline is way off though. It's gonna be a lot of rotating. Come on, come on, come on. I wonder if I can do this. Ooh, you can use your arrow key as well. That's way quicker. There we go. Okay, get the target lined up. Got my baseline lined up. Do we see how it's off a little bit here? That's not quite precise. That will change your answer. So you need to have your baseline and your array lined up perfectly. Cool. Starting at 0, 10, 15, almost 20. I'm going to call that 19. And look at that. Well done. Got them all. Cool. So that's basically how you use a protractor to measure in, well, on this website, obviously, but as well as in real life. Find the target or the T, you put it on the vertex, you line up your baseline with one of the rays, and then you start at 0. Have fun, guys.